of the things you can do, so like let's say, one of the things you can do to it is literally just tint it with scene paints. And all of the cartooning, whatnot, still comes through. And then you can go through if you really wanted to push it more and stuff like that. But it's still soft and flexible.
So it is still soft and flexible.
Still soft and flexible.
Okay. It looks like you've done, I mean, you've done the tints that...
There's a lot of things, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you did a similar tinting that Angelique had done. And how long did that take to do that kind of detail?
This?
Yeah.
Wicked fast.
Okay.
It took me minutes.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
that was mostly washing her brush out between colors.
Yeah, it took me longer to make the paint.
How long did it take you to achieve that?
So my little part was kind of in this area, and I would say it only took me maybe like a couple hours from mixing the paint to getting stuff on here.
Okay, okay.
So you can maybe extrapolate that to
To a
drop,
20
to a
by
drop
40.
size. Yeah,
Right.
to estimate time.
It was much bigger, I chopped up. And
It's
so,
I feel like you can buy that at IKEA.
yeah, well, you know,
It's like home decor at IKEA. That exact picture.
Exactly.
Right. So, this, you can't do it with starch. You have to, if you want to paint the back of it and make it change colors, you have to seal it. And starch doesn't work. So I did Roscoe Clear Flat and
Oh, wow.
grayed this out. And this is just Scenic paint thinned out. So now it's no longer as flexible.
Yeah, it's
but-
not as soft.
Right.
But would that be comparable to a completely scenically painted drop in terms of its
Yes.
of its rigidity?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the back of it, but turn it around.
Oh wow.
And so now we have a magic sunset. So which is a sense what your translate does,
Right.
but what we do is we have the ability to fix it as we go and whatnot. And so
Yeah.
if the designer doesn't have time to give you all of the information, we can still have conversations with words.
And I'll let Kathleen talk about, because this is her little area here. So.
Okay. So you have
And she
Midtown.
played up here, yeah. So.
I guess as far as time goes, it didn't take a super long time.
Right.
Maybe like an hour, but I'm also much slower than Brigitte.
Well, you're an intern.
I am an intern, so this part took a while, but
Okay.
again, I didn't really
Right.
know what exactly I was doing.
That's okay.
So that took me
You know more than
most of
I
yesterday
do.
afternoon.
Okay. Okay. And this is all done on the back, or was this done on the front side?
It's done on the back,
Oh,
so
okay.
I have it
Oh,
marked
wow.
off a little bit.
I see.
So, and then I painted over it so you can't see it super well, but I tried different barriers on each section.
When you say barriers.
So I mixed PVF and water and then put down, let me see if I get this right. In this corner, I think it's just one layer,
Okay.
and then in the middle, it's 3 layers, and then in that far corner, I did 2 layers of one ratio of PVF to water, and then 1 layer of a different ratio to see if it would help with the striker.
Okay. And did it or no?
Not particularly.
Okay. Okay. What would you say would be the solution to that?
So I don't know drops very well,
Okay.
but Brigitte suggested that we starch it.
This little section here was a different artist trying a different technique. He was using this print as more of like how we were talking about should be like a drawing to help
Right.
us with layout.
Right.
And so he was just literally working on top of it with opaque paint.
Okay.
And
Well, the effect is really
and,
nice.
yeah, and like, you know, so he made it more painterly, just literally using this as
Right.
a guideline.
Because this is a black and white original. Right.
Yeah, so he was trying to do that. So I thought that turned out really nice.
It turned out really nice. But it's still got a good flexibility to it.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of, you know, as opposed to a vinyl or something like that, or a squirt.
Yeah.
So
Got
acts
a
as
little
material.
stiff down here, like, but that was, I think,
But that's a lot of detail. I mean, you can see. I mean,
Yeah.
that's almost like an original oil painting. I mean, that's
yeah, that was, the artist that worked on this, he is a lot more of a fine artist, so he kind of took that approach. So I think we
Okay.
could still achieve this look, but mixing the paints in
Okay.
a more scenic art kind of way.
right. Right.
I really like the look that you get.
If you had to paint that, if you had to grid that out and paint that entire cityscape by hand,
So
and then
this,
do those effects.
okay, so if this was a full-size 30 by 50 drop,
Uh-huh.
just this stuff,
Right.
lay the drop down, staple it, size it, cartoon it, paint it, is at least 2 Scenics for about 40 hours.
So about 80 hours of work.
Yeah. And then you have to pull it all up, flip it over, lay it down, size it again twice. You need 2 layers of sealer or else you get holidays and whatnot, right? We hate holidays.
She taught me what a holiday was.
I did this a lot, like similar variations whenever we'd be painting like a portrait for a library or whatever and we didn't have time.
Right.
We would like print out like a full like black and white drawing of something and then go over it.
And go over it.
Then you have to flip it over. You have to restaple it. You have to ink in what you don't want painted, and then you have to paint this, and then you have to back paint this. This in itself is another 30 hours of work.
Sure.
So what theater has 2 weeks worth of work, but if you were to just get the drop printed, then you could do the artsy stuff on it because your layout is done for you. The cartooning is done for you. And then you can just flip it over and do the thing, and it does this, and you can do the tricks.
Do you find that's just more economical in terms of time? Is it
Yes.
easier to work with?
Especially if it's a really complex like picture you're working with, it's so much quicker to just
Gotcha.
like be able to print it out, have your base, and people at different skill levels can do it. Like if you've not worked on drops very much, it's a lot easier to follow.
Okay.
Versus having more experience and having to be able to lay out everything just
It's a
right.
coloring book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Versus having to do it all yourself.
Like paint by number.
And do you find that is good for you guys in certain situations?
Oh yeah, like I think so. Like
Yeah, in a situation where you have a time crunch,
Right.
it could really be useful.
Okay.